Judea Harvest have been working for God in South Africa, Southern Africa, and in the past couple of years right into Africa, Central, East and West Africa. We've been doing hundreds and thousands of projects. We've deployed 2,300 gospel marquee tents throughout our network of leaders. And right now we work with a network of more than 6,500 leaders all over Africa, helping these leaders by training them, mobilizing them, equipping them, giving them tents, Bibles, John Journey training material, and all the things that they need to go and win people for Christ, disciple those people, and plant new churches. Recently, I flew over South Africa from Johannesburg to Durban, and we have a new airport there, so when you fly over there, you go to the northern parts of Durban. And as we were flying over, we flew over a very famous area in South Africa called the Valley of 1,000 Hills. The Zulu nation is the largest nation, the largest ethnic tribal group in South Africa, more than 5 million people. But in this specific rural area, it's called the Valley of 1,000 Hills because the whole area is just little hills, mountains, and then valleys and rivers. So as you fly over there, you see this incredibly beautiful mountainous area where there are way more than 1 million people living there in a rural setting in mud huts with grass thatch roofs. And there are literally no infrastructure, no roads, no electricity, no running water, no nothing. They just live in this incredibly beautiful rural setting. Now, Judea Harvest is definitely not out to change their living conditions and their rural setting lifestyle. They love it, they are happy, and they are just living the way that the tribal Zulus used to live for thousands and thousands of years. But most of them are unreached. There are no churches, there are no gospel, there's no Christianity. And many of these people have never heard about Christ, and there are no churches serving these people. So as I flew over there, for the last time God spoke with me. It's been 10 years that God's been speaking with me to do something for him in that area. So here's the deal. We are going to plant 100 in this next 12 months, and in the next 5 years, 1,000 Lighthouses of Hope churches. If you look at the photos of this area, you will agree with me. We can't do tents there, and we can't build a whole bunch of buildings there. It's not going to do the job. House church is the answer for that place. So we want to plant 1,000 Lighthouses of Hope house churches in that area. Now, the plan and the strategy is simple. The Luke 10 model: find a man of peace, find a house of peace that are open and receptive to the gospel. Send a church planter in there, let him into the house, stay with the people, live there, eat their food, share the gospel of Christ with them. So a Lighthouse of Hope we will equip each church planter with the training, Bibles, 100 John Gospels for the whole community, because the lighthouse will be planted and then reach the bunch of houses around it. So each lighthouse will get training, John Journey training, John Journey book, the whole training manual, full Bibles, 100 John Gospels. We will give that Lighthouse of Hope food so that they can cook food during the day and give to the poor children in the area. So a little care center, a house of care will be started in that place. We will give them a solar water geyser. We will give them a light system, and it's a whole total holistic package. And we have launched the training. We have 50 churches in the Durban vicinity ready to roll. And God has set us on this course. And one of the great and exciting projects that Judea Harvest is about to embark on now is planting 1,000 Lighthouses of Hope churches in that area. It's a simple strategy. It's a cheap strategy. It doesn't cost much money. We don't build any buildings or pitch any tents. Train and equip leaders, pay them to get the job done, and go and saturate that area for Christ. 5 years from now, we want to see the Valley of 1,000 Hills on fire for God, reached for Christ, and thriving, powerful networks of house churches, because it's not an island on its own, it's a network, and those leaders will network with each other. There'll be leaders of leaders, and a whole house church planting movement will be going in the Valley of 1,000 Hills. Why don't you phone us? Why don't you mail us? Why don't you connect with us and help us to do this great job for God?